You got it? Good girl.
What is she doing? What are you doing? Sis? Stand? I don't know what that means. Right. Well, it's been a couple of days later after we rescued the bee truck, and we've got some work to do. So, let's jump in the nugget and I'll discuss it. Is it nug time? Yeah! Right, so what we're doing today, in the continuation of the last video, I had to refilm it because the stuff I was saying in the other video, it went into rambles. But to continue where we were, we'll just park the nugget up here and we'll talk about it. Bendy, leave the chooks alone. We're not dealing with them today. We save that for the next time. Right, now, where were we? Oh, yes, that's right. The Red Ford and the Gator. What's the go with these two? Well, currently the Gator is out of action because, for one, it won't start, and two, the gearbox basically... the Gator is in no running condition at the moment, and it's got a spider on it. As for the Red Ford, well, we need to do some cleaning up to it because this has basically become the first restoration project, and we're going to be using it today to help us out because I've actually got a job for it for once. So we'll just clean up some of the cobwebs under here, and I'll talk as I go. This ute is a 1994 Ford Courier. It was built right here in Australia, in South Australia, I do believe, in the Adelaide factory. And it's been around the traps, all over the place really. It's been down as far as Narrogin, up as far as Canna. And it's starred in quite a few YouTube videos that I've done, including back when we were on Nelly Creek, and well, it hasn't exactly starred in any Erinvale videos due to the fact that we cannot exactly use it, because if we try to take it anywhere past Bog Ute Paddock, it gets stuck because it's a two-wheel drive, it's low to the ground, and yeah, it needs some serious upgrades. But what we're going to do today, we're going to give the ute a drink. We've got some filtered water which will hopefully do it good. I mean, if I can drink it, the ute can. It's not proper coolant. We haven't got any coolant for the vehicles at the moment, but we'll get to that. The water is just going to be temporary, just to keep them happy and stop them combusting. I'll just top up the water here. Hasn't had a drink in a little while, and it keeps leaking it out because we discovered a leak in the radiator hose. It's nothing too big, nothing too serious, but it will need attention eventually. Bendy, come on, Red Ford time. Alright, let's see if that's worked. Oh, he's a bit hesitant to start today. Yep, we're all good. Right, bonnet's down. We'll give him a couple revs. The coolant alarm will go away momentarily. He seems happy to run. Okay, so the Red Ford is still complaining. Sounds like he wants a beer. We got him in first. Let's give him a spin. And, well, yeah. The sensors are probably gone on this. Turns nice and tight. Mind the Uncle Ken. It's good to have him out of the shed again. So, for starters, we'll just take the ute up to the house and give it a little bit of a wash down, because it really needs it. And then we'll get to the other part of the shack, and I'll need to find some gloves and put some proper work clothes on. Yeah. You can still see some of the marks I left from the last time I doodled on the bonnet there. It's got quite a bit of cob marks. Obviously I haven't, oh, the spiders are a bit of an issue, but he's out of the shed. He's got a bit of warm paint, but oh well, we'll give him a hose off. So what do I mean by restoration project? Well, as you can tell, the red fort hasn't he's been through the wars. By restoration I mean going to restore him to what he would look like around 2019. So and in the spec that he would have appeared as depicted in a farm called Nulmurra. This means getting rid of all the cobwebs. We've got to be pulling a couple of dents, although some of these will be staying because, well, partly due to the fact of the fence incident. We're going to be replacing these tail lights so that if I take the red fort to Darren and other car shows and the like, maybe even down to the car museum down in Whiteman Park, although he doesn't exactly like the idea of being in a museum, this ute. Basically giving him an overall polish, fixing all the mechanical issues, and we're going to be getting a new door to replace this one. We'll be, I've been looking around. One of the neighbours actually has a ute like this, but the engine went and in it. And so we've been looking around for a parts donor. So ideally a ute that's roughly the same age as this, but still has a working engine. And the engine from that will be going to the neighbour's ute, and the rest will be going to me, and we'll be using parts from it to do up the red Ford. Unfortunately, it's just the case that seeing as these old Ford Couriers are not made anymore, it means that parts are going to be a little bit rare and expensive, but in the long run, it'll be worth it. Oh, yes. Yes, it's not the first time we've had a little Kelpie inside the red Ford's cab. And obviously there's going to be like getting rid of the cobwebs in the cab here for starters, but we're also going to give the cab eventually a deep clean. We're going to be taking the seats out. Probably we'll give the seats a clean, a proper wash with oh, I don't know, something like a George, if you get what I mean, like a vacuum cleaner with a base that does like a proper like wash of like fabric seats and stuff, because the back seats are actually in better nick than the front ones. The front ones you can see have got a bit of a tear. They've been like that for as long as I've known this ute. They've always been like that. But the problem with the back seats is, if we're going to be ending up, the end game for this ute is, well, get it to as near roadworthy condition as possible. So obviously that means like fixing the brake lights, doing a bunch of stuff to the engine, tuning it and whatnot. Basically a real life Australian version of My Summer Car, if you know that game. Yeah, that's basically the situation I'm in right now. So I'll get to washing the ute and I'll see you in a minute. Right, well, I've given it a clean. It's good enough for now. I'll give it a proper one once we do all the more mechanical stuff. Let's get down the shack. Right, so here we are at the shack. Now, as you can see, it's a pigsty at the moment. Basically, when the builders came and did all the stuff to the still unfinished bedroom slash headquarters for me, they left all this tin and stuff lying around. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be grabbing Little Red Tractor over there and we're going to be using the forks on the front to, well, shift some of the heaviest stuff, including the steel doorway and stuff, and we'll be putting the tin on the red Ford and carting it away, which hopefully should not lead to the ute getting stuck, but we'll just wait and see. Of course, I'm just going to go switch into PPE real quick. That's better, and let's get started. Right, well, there's a whole lot of a difference right there. You can see a big patch of ground where all that stuff once stood. Thankfully there aren't any snakes or spiders or anything underneath there, which is good, but there appear to be like ants or something under there as well. For this next part, we might need the tractor for this one, just to balance it on the forks, particularly that door frame. But for now, let's jump in the ute and let's go cart it away. Right, well, we've made it to the spot. Back up. Put it over here, this should do. Have the handbrake holder. Switch it off. And we'll get to unloading. So over here appears to be the unofficial rubbish tip. This is just where we've been dumping some of our stuff. The old owners have also dumped quite a lot of their stuff around here. You can see ancient fireplaces from the shack and the main house. Of course, those were rotted through, and the shack one in particular had beehives, which you couldn't get the smoke going through it, and that one had great big cracks in it, so if anything went wrong, well, you would know about it. Anyway, we'll get to unloading this tin, and then we'll see you back at the shack. Probably didn't catch it on the video, but there was a great big spider on one of those sheets of tin. Yeah, I had a feeling there'd be a lot of creepy crawlies underneath there, but no matter. Yeah, that's the first part carted away. We'll need the tractor for the second part, so we'll just head back to the shack, park the red Ford back up in its spot, and we'll see you in a bit. Right, the Ford's back in the shed. Now it's tractor time. Right, clutch in. Out of the way, Benny. So I went and carted the tin and stuff away. Obviously not all of it is gone. we kind of have to stop work because the clouds are getting heavier and it looks like rain's on the way. So we're gonna grab the bendy so and jump in the Terios and we'll head home. So this might be the end of the video. If you liked what you see, be sure to hit the like and the subscribe button down below. 80% of my viewers are not subscribed, give or take on average. Editor Johnny Man will put the statistics up on the right hand side of the screen so you can look for yourself. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more from me in future, be sure to hit that red button. Alright, stay safe everyone. I've been Noah, you've been my audience, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.